And hey, welcome. I am now live. Okay, and there's an echo there, so just ignore that. I like to sit on my own Twitch channel. I like to sit on my own Twitch channel just to make sure it's working, and boy is it working. I actually need to pause that so it doesn't mess up the whatchamacallit, the... Hey, Bob. There's a term for that, and I'm trying to remember the bandwidth. But anyway, yes, hello, and welcome to another one of these, a rental rodeo. And this time, I'm going to be covering the most patriotic game I rented. And unfortunately, it is not Liberty or Death, which I'm not sure I've ever actually seen a copy of in person. Nor is it North and South, which was actually exclusively for the NES in terms of console ports. I think the rest were all for the PC. No, I'm going to be doing Chester Cheetah Wild Wild Quest, which, you know, is an American road trip style game. Quite a fun one at that. And I've made some changes to the format since the last time. So let me turn on the rules. I'm gonna try not to talk about this game in terms of it being a fake or quasi. You don't have patriotic pinball? No, I don't. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow, I'll have to look into that. But instead of talking about this as though I am renting the game again, I'm just gonna talk about the game as it is. I thought that was kind of cheesy when I was watching the footage of it over again. But I'm still following the same rules as last time. I pick a game I rented to talk, to stream. I play it for 1 hour. I keep it old school, so no save states or rewinds until, the time is up. And then I have my final thoughts on the game and, maybe play something else on the side there or just continue playing the game. Really, it's my stream. I could do it any way I want to. So tonight we actually have a special guest host, and I'll let him introduce himself here. So let me get him online here. I believe your audio is enabled now, sir.
Honestly, I'm not that special. You probably know me very well by now, but I am Sotenga, and I am down to clown about Wild Wild West, the late 90s movie starring Will Smith and I believe Kenneth Branagh. Oh, Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh, and whoever the hell else was in it. I don't know.
I never did see that one.
I never did either, and it's probably for the best.
It probably is. Let's be real here.
Honestly, I don't really know anything about the game in question. I remember there was a Chester Cheetah game at some point, but I don't know if this is the one, actually.
Well, there was two. There was Too Cool to Fool, which was also a platformer, although the first stage in that one's kind of weird because it's almost like a beat-em-up, because you can move up and down, but later stages just turn it into a regular platformer. It's not good. So, it's a mess, but it's a mess that I rented a lot.
So it pulls the old Battletoads switcheroo, basically.
Kind of, except it's never a beat-em-up. It is consistent in terms of what it is, but let me actually get the game proper started up here and just let it run through its nice little demo. So yes, Chester's Cheetah. Chester's Cheetah. Why do I keep calling you that, sir? You are actually called Chester Cheetah. But anyway, as I understand it, this game was actually initially, at least the original game, was initially supposed to be a Saturday morning cartoon. It was a proposal board or a pilot that never got off the ground and was never released. But they then spun it off and turned it into a video game because I guess they never turned it into a television show because, making a show based off of greasy junk foods was a very unpopular thing to do at the time. But making a video game off of it is fair game. Okay, so Bob, I see you're mentioning here you would join me, but it's raining. Yeah, I know that feeling really well. I swear I've seen it too, Bob. Like, I swear I've seen, like, the concept art or something somewhere. Now, I believe Too Cool to Fool was the closest thing to the actual pilot. This is just, I guess the first game was popular enough they just said, hey, why don't we make a second game, and thus they did. I am playing the Genesis version since I had a Sega Genesis growing up, and that's what I rented. As I understand it, the SNES version is hardly any different other than the fact that the soundtrack sounds significantly worse for reasons I don't understand. They just sound really bad. Very bad. But yes, you can see this. You can see the story here. He escaped from the prison that was the zoo, and now the zookeeper, Eugene, is after him and has taken pieces of a map and scattered them across America. I think the maps lead to some kind of treasure or maybe some sort of mind-altering drug, and then Chester Cheetah turns into some sort of, like, Eldritch abomination. Is this par for course?
Let me just jump back a little bit. You said that the Genesis music is worse than the SNES, or are you comparing it to the last game?
Actually, I'm talking about this game specifically. Sorry if that was vague or confusing. The SNES version of this game isn't any different outside of the soundtrack. The SNES soundtrack is significantly worse, and I'm not sure why.
The SNES sound. Yeah, that seems to be a thing with multi-ports, where a lot of people nowadays seem to float towards the Genesis having the better soundtrack, and maybe that's because of the Genesis's sound hardware being more customizable, more easily accessible. The SNES one, they kind of had to jump around lots of hoops to do what they wanted. I don't know.
What I find very interesting about this plot is that me and Eugene didn't just destroy the map completely. No, he was at least nice enough to give him pieces of the map that would lead him to Hip City, apparently is what he's heading for, the coolest place in the United States. And because this is predates cell phones, he can't just use his GPS service or his Google Maps to find it for him. Yes, this is a game that predates cell phones. You know, this plot could only work in a world without cell phones thinking on it. That's actually amazing to me. Maybe he stole a cell phone if he had to redo it, and then he has to go and collect the pieces of his SIM card.
I'm sure there are a lot of movies that are like that too, but
I really...
The only one I could think of is Joel Schumacher's phone booth right now. I know there has to be others though.
There's a lot of things that can only exist in a pre-cell phone time, and I meant to be fair, that's true with a lot of genres. Like, you know, like obviously the Western can only really exist in that time period. But more to the point, I really like the color palette in this game, and also the city that me and Eugene was flying over looked really cool. Also, I don't know why the logo for this game is just the Back to the Future logo. I don't know how they got away with that.
A little bit copyrighty, but maybe they were allowed to leverage something because the Back to the Future 3 game on the Genesis really sucked.
But yeah, I might as well show off the difficulties, because this follows the Wolfenstein 3D model of difficulty selection, where, you know, the icon determines how hard it is. So here he's just having a nice chill time, nice and easy. You know, still chilling out, kind of cool, but it's a little bit more intense. And here he's having an existential crisis. We are not going to give Chester Cheetah an existential crisis to the best of our ability. So instead, we're going to exit on normal mode and just play through normal. I don't know what the difficulties do. I know that you take one hit, any one hit will kill you. And I believe that's true in any of the difficulties.
I always like a game having fun with its difficulty settings. Like, I think I remember that Splatterhouse 2010 originally had its easy mode as a very crass word for female anatomy, but they had to change it. To what? I forget. It's been a while.
Well, I'm not surprised. That kind of reminds me of those fake quit messages that John Romero put into Doom. Hey Ron, can we say fuck in this game?
In the game?
And then if you say yes, it boosts you to the DOS prompt.
Yep.
Okay, so since you are my co-host, I will let you choose my destiny here. We have 3 seemingly realistic locations to choose from, but there's something about the names that's completely off. So we have Eureka, California, Omaha, Nebraska, and Boston, Massachusetts.
I like the sound of Omaha, even if you have to go to the bumfuck Midwest for it.
Yeah. I do too. Omaha's a nice sounding thing. So I'll go over the controls here really quick. In fact, I'm showing off something that I didn't really learn for a long time. Oh yeah, he can also do a Yoshi's thing if you do. Yeah, you could kind of do a double jump, kind of. There's a way you could keep doing it forever too. A different developer from the people who did Jackie Chan and those porn games? Which porn games, Bob?
Oh, I think he means Gal's Panic. Yeah, Kaneko. Right. Surprisingly, also the guys behind the Shoot 'em Up Cyvern, which is higher quality than I usually expect from them. Oh, also the same guys who did Blood Warrior, if I'm not mistaken.
I just
Maybe
realized I said I
design-
was going to mention how the controls work. Anyway, go ahead. Blood Warrior. Oh, yes, that's the one with the dolls or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, that one. It had all sorts of photorealistic Japanese warriors, and one of them is like one of those like bald shrine dolls. Like they're not Buddha. There's a name for them, but damn if I can remember which. I just remember that one of them was a boss in the game Kid Nicky.
Okay.
That is some purple-looking water. I'm surprised it doesn't kill you.
It doesn't, but you can actually swim in this game. In a lot of cases, there's a lot of places where you have to. But yeah, I forgot to mention what the controls actually are for this game. Oh, hey, that hail bale actually kills me. And as you can see, that's a biker hog.
Oh, it's Omaha, all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of pigs in this stage. But yeah, the controls are simple enough. A and C are jump, by default B is run, which makes you go, oh, okay, so I just killed myself. You only get one hit. There are pickup items, notably a bag of Cheetos that gives you more health. As I also noted, you can do a flutter jump. Yeah, if you tap it just right, he can keep going a long time. I don't know what the timing is on it. But as you can see, I did it a bunch there. And also, if you hold down and jump, you can do a super jump. I don't know why. The game's controls are actually surprisingly responsive. It's certainly not floaty like Bubsy is, but at times, it still suffers from awkward hitboxes. Like, very awkward hitboxes. I don't know how else to explain it or describe it. Some stuff just kills you real good. Even though it really shouldn't have.
Well, is it, at least... I don't know, is this game better than Bubsy, or is it in the same tier, or what?
I would say it's a cut above Bubsy, if only because it's actually a little bit fairer to the player. It's actually a pretty solid game overall in terms of how it controls and such. The stages are a little bit short, some of the bosses are kind of bullcrap, but as far as licensed games go, it's pretty good, and as you can see, the graphics are also really nice.
Yeah, when was this game released again?
It was released in... I believe 1993 or 4. Oh, okay. I just died there again. I like the implication that I can hold up to what appears to be triple-digit lives. I don't think you'll ever get that many, and as you can see, I'm dying really good in this stage. I really wish I could do that flutter jump a little bit better, because again, you can get some serious height with that.
So, there's no part where he gets set by a giant avalanche of orange cheese dust, is there?
Fortunately, no. Fortunately, that does not happen.
Owing to mine Snarvu's aggravation with the last game he played on here, Cliffhanger.
Yes. Oh, hey, that Cheeto bag is missing there now this time. I really wish I could figure out the timing for the flutter jump, because you don't just mash it. I think it's like...
Also, I should be doing my best to lose weight, but I admit I usually have a bag of Cheetos from work at least once a week now, so I really gotta.
I mean, there are worse snack foods. There are worse snack foods to snack upon.
What would you say is worse?
Oh gosh, Doritos probably. I mean, they're maybe barely a step below, but I ate so many of those, and boy, did it always made my stomach upset. I regret ever doing that.
Well, Doritos also have the stigma of being considered that 7th gen gamer fuel, bro.
Oh yeah, the enemies respawn and that's like that. I keep somehow gaining an extra life, and I'm not sure how I'm doing that. So I guess I'll be stuck here a while.
An infinite loop. This is more merciful, at least.
I just wish I knew how the flutter jump works. I want to be the best Yoshi I can be, even though I'm Chester Cheetah.
So, you're trying to learn how not to be flutter shy, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. That is ow.
I'm terrible, aren't I?
Oh yeah, that bag's just not respawning. For some reason there was a bag there. It's gone now.
You know, I barely hear anything about My Little Pony anymore, come to think of it.
It's kind of just... It's still popular, it's still there, but the fan base has either grown up or died out, truthfully.
What's the big animation show that's popular nowadays? Is there one?
There's so many shows coming on, I wouldn't be able to begin to tell you. Oh yeah, I got some sunglasses, which is an extra life, apparently.
I felt like animation was on a great tear last decade, and now all the ones that I can think of are worth following are, like, gone now. Like, Adventure Time,
It seems like the big trend now is just to release series that only last for a season or two.
Yeah, miniseries seem to be what's in now, maybe due to a increasing waning of attention span among the younger generations, to which I can definitely contribute.
Oh, the Cuphead cartoon was bad? Wow.
Yeah, I heard it was a bust, unfortunately.
Oh, I just died. But I gained 2 extra lives, so I'll be on this level for that much longer.
Actually, I think you gained 3.
Yeah, I've gained way too many lives here. I could never truly die.
These? How are you getting these anyway? This is foobar.
I don't know. I think some of these pickups here are lives, or I know sunglasses are. I think if I get like so many cheetah points, or you know those paw points or whatever you want to call them. Spoilers: there used to be actual Cheetos in the shape of those, and I love them, and I really wish they would bring them back. The paw print Cheetos were the best.
Yeah.
They tasted better too. I don't know why.
Wow. I guess it just takes more effort than the standard shapeless curds. Oh well.
Yeah, maybe they hold cheese better or something. That's my theory.
So... You're saying, Bob, that comparing it to the Super Mario Brothers Super Show is a bad thing.
That sounds like a good thing to me, but that implies that the show is not at all in character with the property, other than, you know, featuring some of the same characters and visual stylings.
I'll be honest, I would have been happy if that show was just entirely the live-action segments.
Hey, paisanos!
Hey, paisanos!
You see, you've got the enthusiasm for it, I just don't. I don't know what kind of character I'd be good as in a show, because I'm just very flat. Unless something is ridiculous, and then in which case, you know, my pitch raises immensely.
I don't know if I'd make a better Mario or Luigi. I might just have to settle for Toad.
Ow, I died again. But wait, I have 8 lives all of a sudden. Now I have 7. Okay, is it like, do I get... Okay, so I noticed how many cheetah points there I have, or how many paw points I have. I have a lot, as you can see. I am starting to begin to wonder if, like, for every 100 of those, I gain X number of lives. So for 100, I get 1, 200, I get 2, and so forth. Because I can't imagine how I just gained 3 lives out of, like, nothing. This is truly whacked out. Maybe I should just grind here for a while. But I did set a time limit. I guess the only thing, the time limit... Okay, I have another special guest that's about to enter my lap here. It's my cat, Kiki. Hello,
Aww.
Kiki. Do you want in my lap? Come on. I'll let you get in my lap. Yeah, you think I'm talking smack, don't you? She is very sensitive, and if you start talking smack, she will intercept. Yes, I love you too.
I'm not as big as on 80s cartoons, because let's be honest, that was the era of buy all our playsets and toys. And,
well, that still continued into the 90s. Like a lot of let's say the 90s was original programming. Which, to be fair, I think Disney started a lot of that, the merchandise-less sort of shows, which is actually a unusual move, because, you know, you had to pay for Disney at one point, the Disney Channel. Well, actually, you know what? You have to pay for it again. Time is a flat circle. But anyway, yes, that was kind of the big draw there, is that you were already paying for it. They didn't need to, you know, create merchandise. So they already had your money, or you got it as part of a cable package. This is really giving me a tough time. Ow.
Actually, I have a general stream question here. Should I mostly be having discussion that's germane to the game itself, or can I go off on all sorts of tangents?
You can go off on whatever tangents you want, because really, it's Chester Cheetah outside of the snack factor and, you know, talk about, hey, remember paw print Cheetos? I do. There's not really much else to say about the poor guy.
Yeah, he sure was a mascot.
He still is, as far as I know.
He still is, yeah, no, you're right. Let me think, though. Oh yeah, I was going to say that, due to comic licensing rights, I don't know if it's more Marvel or Disney, but for the first time ever, Netflix is actually losing original Netflix programming in the form of all of its Marvel Netflix shows. Daredevil,
is that confirmed
Jessica
now?
Jones, Luke Cage. Yeah. I saw that when I got to the end of the seasons that I caught up on. It said last day to view the show February 28th. So,
oh yeah, I can also do it. I can also do. It's not exactly a butt stomp, but I can also hold down and that'll break blocks. Nice, nice.
So,
And your super jump will also break blocks as well. Kind of an interesting tool set here. You know, I wonder if this game is made from the remains of that Socks the Cat game that Kaneko, I believe, was also working on.
Bob says he's amazed that Chester gets way less porn than Tony the Tiger. I mean, Tony's a real beef hunk. I guess Chester's wiry frame is more for a specialized.
Yeah, he's got that
fans.
ugly '90s mascot look to him that no one seems to want to mess with.
By the way, Snarb and I, with our good friend
Oh, hey,
Song,
666 pop points. Sorry, go ahead.
Demonic. Have long been catching up on Simpsons, and the last episode we viewed was the Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie show.
Aw, no bonus. I guess you have to collect all 4 of those heads or something. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't have any. Okay, so I have to do this boss over again. So yeah, there are boss fights in this game. They're kind of stupid. As you can see there, the hitboxes are not the best. The music's great though. It's just the same like 3-second loop over and over again. I easily end up losing all my lives here.
And you took so much time developing them too.
Yeah, I know. This is actually where this game kind of craps itself. The boss fights are just trash and a half.
I guess I should open the debate as to the efficacy of boss fights in video games that might be better off without them. I don't know.
I feel like this is a game where it's like the boss fights don't really benefit the end product, so yeah, I could probably have done without these, let's be real.
I mean, I love me a good boss fight, but if it's a bad boss fight,
It's
I
the
wonder
boss
if the
fight,
game
Charlie
would be
Brown. Hoo-hoo.
better off without him.
Ow. It seems like the course here is to hit him once, let him go through his loop, you know, until the bombs detonate. Oh, okay. And die, you know, turn into Cheeto dust. I have 4 credits to beat this game in, by the way, but I've actually beaten this game numerous times. Oh, okay, the bombs kill me too. We will try another country, or not country, another state, or city here.
Yeah, now, hang on, let me look something up.
I actually know how to beat Eureka. That's usually where I got started as a kid. I'm not entirely sure why.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose it this time, and then that leaves
Sounds
Lost
good.
in.
I guess Lost in is a reference to Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yeah, but that's the map is clearly in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh.
But this very much feels like a beginner stage because it doesn't even have any vertical scrolling, as you can see there.
Lost
God, these
Boston.
guys on skateboards are really bad. Very awful movement patterns in hitboxes. Oh, come on, you stupid buzzard. There we go. I think there are items hidden off the screen, actually.
Is it just me, or did every 90s platformer around this time have a goddamn beach level?
It wasn't uncommon. I think, you know, even Sonic kind of did that. Kind of makes sense. It's a nice location. Beach culture is popular, so is surfing. A lot of the 90s lingo was built on that. The whole toot and stuff. Gnarly.
Yeah.
Hang, you know, like, what was another one?
Oh, all the stages in the special zone of Super Mario World are like that. Gnarly, tubular, outrageous, and all that.
Now, this boss is a little bit easier than me and Eugene, if she,
Jeez, he really blew through that level compared to the last one.
Yeah, some of the levels in this are freakishly short. Yeah, her hitbox is really messed up. You want to be behind her when she lands.
Is there fan art of this pig lady?
I don't think
horse
so.
Lady?
I think she's just a regular human lady. Actually, if you look closely, she actually just has a long nose.
She doesn't have much for pants.
No, she does not. Yeah. Are you going to fly off? No? Okay, so am I just screwed here? Okay, here we go. Never actually had to use the emergency jump. Okay, so that's just why you have to be behind her. If you're not behind her, she'll either fly back up or okay. Oh, I had Cheetos. Good. I'm not sure how many hits the bosses take on average. Probably between 5 and 8. Oh, okay, yeah. I wish the bosses would flash to let you know when they're active again. Kind of a novel boss fight though, thinking on this, like having this lady with a parasol who kind of just flies around on it. That's kind of cool. Oh, okay, yeah. It's really hard to tell where she's going to fly sometimes. I guess start on one end of the screen and then run to the other actually might work. Except now she's in front of me and I can't hit her.
Sorry, I was, Tangent, got another Discord channel talking about Super Mario Sunshine. I decided to review Temmie Chang's look at the casino level in Super Mario Sunshine with the slot machines, and then
I got nothing. I got nothing.
I got nothing. Yeah, you had to win 2 slot machines and then use the flood to flip a lot of panels and not reflip any of them. And then after all that, you have to do an obstacle course just to get one lousy shine. She doesn't like it.
Did I get nothing? I absolutely got nothing. Yeah, that game sounds like a hell ride, or hell ride as the kids say. Or actually, just as one person said.
Yeah, Wesley Willis.
Yes.
May he rest in peace. But,
I've told this story before, but I had an art teacher that actually met him. He went on his bus and was headbutted by him. And I was so jealous.
God, that's amazing.
Yes, it is.
I am also jealous.
Alright, so Loston it is. Let's see if we do better here in Loston, Massachusetts.
So I'm getting the feeling the bosses are kind of the worst part.
Yes, you would be correct. Yes, this definitely looks like a sea town. For some reason, they are still using pirate vessels.
Boston is, like, famous for its crabs and whatnot, right?
I believe there might be crabs on the stage. We'll find out. There are certainly what appear to be barracudas for some reason. Oh, wait, I don't want to copyright flag this. Yeah, please don't. I don't even know if this game will be copyright flagged.
That's the peril with licensed titles. You want to beware music more than anything, really.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
hard to. I think it's hard to copyright visuals because like this, because they move. I suppose if you freeze framed it, you could pick up sprites. That is a hitbox on that barracuda. I guess the tail fin is a. Yes, yes. You are a very big cat, and you are in my lap. At least that doesn't kill you, just braining yourself while you super jumping into ceilings. I'm not sure where the map is in this. Yes, the key point of these levels is to get more maps so you can travel around the states. Well, actually, you need the maps to get to the final stage, the true final stage. If you don't do that, well, then you don't get to see the true ending or fight the true final boss. So you want to get those maps.
This is one of those games that does that bullshit.
Yes, it sure is.
That was,
Hey, I got an extra life from that pirate. Thanks.
Yeah, what's your stance on true endings in video games?
Not the biggest fan.
Me neither. It's just, like, extra busy work. I mean, I kind of blame Sonic for popularizing it with the Chaos Emeralds, but I'm sure other games...
There were NES games that did that. You oftentimes had to do second loops in order to get true endings.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, Ghosts and Goblins for one, even though that was originally an arcade game.
Yep.
I mean, the ending wasn't much...
Yeah, a lot of arcade games would do that. They would have it behind a second loop, typically.
What other NES games did that? I'm trying to think.
Didn't Holy Diver have some sort of thing going on with that? Or was that...
Thankfully, no.
I feel like there was an IRAM game that did that, though, or ERAM, or how you say that.
Oh, probably. Oh yeah, Metal Storm, actually.
How does that work? Do you have to 1cc it?
Oh, no, you just have to play a second loop.
Okay, yeah. So typically it was hidden behind a second loop. I'm not sure what the first game that made the hidden ending mandatory or locked behind collectible items was, though. It might have been Sonic, but I somehow don't feel that's the case. Oh, there's the map. There we go, good. We can get out of here. We can get out of Loston, Massachusetts. Bullshit, Boston lawyer.
I bathe Keanu Reeves.
I still love that. It's still the best TAS to me because it's just a nice microcosm of everything that makes a TAS good. It follows within the logic and rules that the game provides while also horribly abusing them.
Yep.
Go! I forget if the stage has a boss. I think some stages don't, but if I recall, actually every stage does. Congratulations, special bonus. I guess... no bonus. Okay, so that's random. So why do I collect the characters' icons in the middle of the stage, I wonder? Oh, hey, a submarine.
But it's not yellow, so I can't make it. Hey, it's this jerk again.
Yes, me and Eugene. He was the bad guy from the first game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
This boss is actually pretty easy so far. I just jump on his periscope and then jump on his head as he surfaces.
This guy looks like he votes Republican.
He might. It's hard to say. Honestly, I don't know what... You know, it's hard to say what the political inclinations of any given villain is.
Yeah, it's probably something we shouldn't think about too much. I know where Andrew Ryan falls.
Yes, he is quite the libertarian. Actually, objectivist, technically. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm still alive somehow. So, yeah, you don't want to be in the water. I got that part. Oh, that's some collision detection right there. I'm also seeing some garbage off to the side of the screen. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Yeah, I can see a little edge of it.
Ah, gotcha! So, first boss fight down.
Oh, wow.
9 more to go, or however many little plots are on the map. Congratulations. Time bonus. Alright, so I still got 30 minutes of this. I may actually need to take an early break. Yeah, you can see the map slowly being put together. Hey, the rest of the game is opened up.
Wow.
Except I can't seem to... Oh, I can only go to the next 2 immediate locations, so I either go to Unclear Water or Not So Great Falls.
Oh, darn.
I'm gonna drink some water here while we decide on this. I'll let you pick since I picked, you know, last time.
Not So Great Falls. Go for that one.
Sounds like a good time. I am trying to remember what state that is. I believe that is Montana, but I may be wrong.
No, I believe it is Montana, which I think, at a time or currently is the least populous state in the U.S., despite its largest size.
There's a lot of states that are like, there's more cows than people, basically.
I only know Montana for one thing, and it was the state that gave us the incomparable David Lynch.
Ah, I didn't realize he was from Montana. Oh, crap.
Yeah, his birthplace, Missoula, Montana, was actually referred to in Twin Peaks during an especially horrific part.
Oh, crap. Well, I've already
Because
just died, but that's okay.
For...
The music in this bit's nice. I know you probably can't hear it because I have it turned down way low, so I can actually hear you. I prefer to prioritize guest audio, but not to mention, you know, audio often gets you into trouble with streams these days anyway. Who knows who has the copyright on this? Tommy Tellerica could show up and, you know, knock on my door and be like, yo, you owe me some royalties, bro.
Oh, he probably would. He wants to steal your money to fund the Amico.
Isn't that an NFT console now or something odd like that? I hate to get into the politics of that, but yes.
I really, really don't know what the hell is up with that crap nowadays. It's baffling. Also,
almost like it doesn't exist. It's almost like it's a vaporwave. Or not vaporwave, vaporware.
Compose this game, though? That's why I want to know.
I don't know. Like Bob said, he couldn't he couldn't find many credits other than the person's name that was listed at the very beginning of the game. Mark Spangler, I believe is his name.
Let me see if I can find anything. No guarantees, though. Composer. Unfortunately, yeah, the composer is just billed as unknown author. Shoot.
I don't know how they got. I don't know how they did that. How they got away with releasing a game that, like, somehow I already have the map for this stage, so I can just hightail it out of here. Oh crap! I would like to see a TAS for this because you can build up some good speed in this game. Also, I didn't know Montana had barracudas in it, but good to know. I thought that was an ocean fish, but this whole time I may have been wrong. Oh, right at the exit I died. Cool.
I do that very much.
Well, it's really hard. There's a lot of leaps of faith, and this is one of those games where you can't look up and down, not even by double tapping or holding. You just can't. You just have to deal with it. Oh, what? There was something up there that hit me?
Jesus
Off screen?
Christ. Well, this seems totally fair and constructed and deliberate.
It does, yes. Well, I won't have any Cheeto dust going into the boss, but not probably a huge deal. Can't remember what the boss for this stage even is. Special bonus. No bonus. I think I have to get 4 Cheetah Chesters or 4 of any of those guys. Oh, yes. Oh, crap. I forget what the twist with this boss is. Do I just have to super jump on him? Oh, crap. For some reason, my controls were not responding there. Game over. Well. Oh, suddenly I have regained my credits. I have 4 credits again.
That's somewhat generous. I guess go to Unclear Water, then.
Yeah, on Clearwater, Florida. I've never been to Clearwater, Florida. I've actually only been to one state or one city in Florida. That's Jacksonville.
No, there's an old saying down the bayou that, bleh!
What is that from?
That's from the Simpsons spin-off showcase. An episode we'll be getting to fairly soon.
I don't know what those sneakers just did.
Double jump? I don't know.
I already kind of have that, and I also...
Oh yeah, true.
And a snake just bit me, and somehow I have 6 lives. This game is... Am I playing like a prototype version? This is really baffling. Oh, apparently the pictures are extra lives. That guy just dropped an extra life. Why is this game so generous sometimes? I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'm confused too. Is it okay if I pick up a drink? I'll be right back.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
I might have to get up in a second myself. Not really a lot to say with this one. Again, this is the most patriotic game I could think of for this holiday because I didn't have, I never rented Liberty or Death, and I actually don't know if I even have a copy of that right now. Even if I wanted to show it off. I am terrible at strategy games, but I can usually figure them out if I have a manual and I just have some time. But I don't feel like that's very good stream fodder, truthfully. I think about the only stream games, or strategy game I'd want to stream is something like Patapon. But that does have a lot of grinding in it, so I'd have to be very careful about that one. This stage is actually very similar to one that was in the original Chester Cheetah game. I wonder if I should just grind for lives here, because that one shoe seems to give me like 15 trillion lives. I think points must give you lives too, or something. I'm just baffled about everything involving this game. Also, shout-outs to the chat. Whoever may be watching this at some point in time, whether that is live or post-live. I just wish I knew what those heads were for. Are those just points? Do they give me credits? Okay, so I cannot avoid that chameleon. I just have to deal with it. I'm not... Okay, so... I have to be careful because they can shoot straight up. And I don't think I have to go up that way. I think I can actually go down. Uh-oh, but there's a... Not a bottomless pit, but a spike pit, which for all intents and purposes is literally the same thing. Yes, Kiki. My cat is currently trying to take control of the controller away from me. She has been very cuddly tonight. She's not usually a lap cat either. So, shoutouts to this cat. Shoutouts to the awesome dinner I'm about to eat that was fixed by my lovely SO. I would have helped, but apparently Chester Cheetah was more important. Okay, so I'm going into this fight with 14 lives. Let's hope that is enough. I believe this is a giant plant, but as I was saying, yeah, that stage is actually very similar to a boss in the first game. Or not a boss, sorry. Very similar to a stage in the first game. I'm gonna pause here. My cat, you want some attention, don't you? Yes, you do. My cat is now sitting up straight and taking up all of my lap space. So I'm gonna pet her for a little bit and then just talk about this game a little bit more. Well, you see, I actually have never beaten the first game. I've actually beaten this one quite a few times, but the second stage in the game looks a lot like this one. This is almost a reprise of it. It takes place in sort of a jungly looking sort of thing. I think I got to the third stage, which I believe is a cave or mine stage once, and I've never gotten past that. The first game is ridiculously hard, very buggy. There are power-ups that actually put you into danger if you pick them up. They're actually more like power downs. Like, I think once a guitar that makes Cheetah dance. And he'll often dance into a bottomless pit while playing the guitar, and you're like, yep, that's exactly what I wanted from this game. This game fixes a lot of that, but adds its own retinue of bullshit to it, as you can see. But overall, this is a much better game. I actually quite like this one, if you can believe it. Yes, you are a good cat. Alright, let's see. Just give me a little bit of space now.
Oh, you didn't have the game paused until I came back, did you?
No, just for a little bit, because my cat was kind of shifting around my lap.
Okay, gotcha. Excuse me.
Oh, crap. Yeah, if I hit that little thing on top, it spits out a bunch of fireballs. I think you need to pick the right head to jump on. And not jump on that one that I just jumped on. Oh, and I got hit by a projectile I couldn't even see. That's great. My cat appears to be watching me play this. I think she notices that Cheetah is in fact a cat. Actually, I think I have to hit that one on the very, very top. Yeah, as soon as I do that, it jumps back down into the thing. Not a very hard boss. Okay, my cat just jumped out. She is a very good cat, very feisty, has torn up the carpet really bad. We're hoping we can get someone to look into that. Very appropriate game to be talking about a cat, you know, given I'm playing as one currently. Otherwise, she's not very destructive. It's very weird she just has bouts of destructiveness like most cats do. She's actually a rescue, in fact. Not sure what the circumstances of that are, other than, or what, you know, circumstances of her living before we found her.
Oh.
Or before we adopted her, rather. A friend of ours found her. She actually ran into her garage. And, well, that was that pretty much. And then at some point, my SL visited. And, well, the cat took a real shine to her, so...
I am fond of animals, but I really don't think I could ever raise one. I just prefer to look at squirrels bouncing around whenever they appear.
Yeah, pet ownership is truthfully not for everyone. I mean, if you don't want to own a pet, that's fine. But I think you'd probably be a good pet owner. You just gotta feed them and get them water, basically, and pay attention to them. I couldn't tell you what the best kind of pet, though, is for someone that doesn't like pets or doesn't want a pet that's very destructive. Probably some kind of rodent, because, you know, you keep them, they're usually kept in a cage or a tank.
No, I am a fan of rodents, as you may well know.
Yes. So. You might actually like a rat. They are quite fun animals to have. The only thing is they don't live very long.
Yeah, that's the part I dread.
I feel like I'm not doing any damage to this boss. Do I have to hit every single head at once or something? I'm gonna keep doing this until I run out of time, apparently. Okay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Because I'm running out of time. Do I have to hit all three of them, perhaps? I'll try that. Stair-step it.
I gotta say, I kind of wish you had an alternate method of attack, because
Yes,
the
I do
good
too.
old Mario bounce is really not working in your favor right now.
No, it is not. I can't remember the trick with this boss. I think I do actually have to hit all three of them at once or something.
This is a dick load of dick, if I do say so.
It is. Again, I used to rent this game all the time. I think it was one of those games where if they don't have any other game for rent, this is what I was going to get. Or any of the games I suggested anyways. You know, there were always new games coming in, going in, going out. Sometimes
there's
a
a
hot
question.
game would be rented out.
I have two questions regarding rentals. First, just basically,
that
what's
did it.
your... Hey, congrats. What's your favorite rental that you ever remember?
Oh gosh, the favorite game that I ever rented, probably Thunder Force 4, because I found out about the 99 lives code from a magazine, and I would rent it every so often and just blast through it and have a good time, even though, you know, it's technically cheating. So I can go back to Loston, or I can go Little Shock, Arkansas,
Yeah, I'd say Little Shock.
since I've already done you know, everything else. Now I might have to go back to Lawson if I missed the map, so that's good that I guess you can go back if you need to. But yeah, this is a power plant for some reason, and it's got a very Rocco's Modern Lifestyle abstract city background.
I got a more specific question for you. What's a game that you particularly remember renting, but one that you never actually purchased afterward?
Well, this is one. Boogerman is one, despite renting that one a whole bunch and really liking
yeah.
it.
Good old Booger Man.
Dinosaurs for Hire is another one. There's a bunch of games where I never really ended up... Oh, okay. That is not good. That is very unfortunate.
Well, at least you get a special death animation for it.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing that one a lot. Uh-oh, yeah, that's right. I do kind of appreciate the sort of freeform, you have to find an item before leaving the stage kind of thing, but you can otherwise quit whenever you feel like it kind of aspect here. That is nice. Very good tile sets and graphics. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I have a terrible question that I'm probably going to regret asking.
What?
But is there such a thing as an electrocution fetish?
I believe the answer to that is yes, actually. It might be...
Jesus.
It depends on, you know, there's probably two different kinds, the cartoony kind and then the one with very unfortunate things. Some people might like electric jolts too. I'm thinking of it more in a fictional context, or... Yeah, that probably falls under torture. That is a thing. I don't know if I would recommend it, but it is a thing. Oh, another game I rented all the time that I'm surprised I never bought. Any of the Tasmania games, and also the Pink Panther game on the Genesis. They're both really good games.
Yeah, surprisingly amount
Oh, wait,
of
what?
good
Why did I start just dropping? And couldn't... What? That was weird. Anyway, go ahead.
Let me see, I don't think I was going anywhere with that tangent, which is probably for the best.
Yes. Electricity. Bag of goodies. Where is the map in this stage? That's all I really care about, truthfully.
This stage is less generous with extra lives than others have been.
It's a real crapshoot, this game. I don't understand it, but it is indeed what it is.
Well, does anyone ever like the obligatory underwater level that these fucking games had?
It already had one too. Loston was also an underwater stage, but this one actually adds electricity to the mix, which is even worse. I'm gonna see if I can't save that. I think I'm right at the exit, actually. Or am I? Where the heck am I? Oh, there's the map. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, the stages are actually really short in this. They're very bite-sized. Hey, I have 5 credits all of a sudden. What is... I'll really have to dig up the manual for this one at some point. No bonus. I have never gotten a bonus. I don't know what a bonus looks like.
Yeah, this seems like a bit of an RTFM thing, you're right.
A very angry cloud, and I'm not sure...
It's a pollution monster, I guess.
Smog monster, yeah. Oh, crap. This is not a fun time. Yeah, this is another boss where I have to use the super jump. And just hope I can hit it. No, hope I know where I am on the screen. So far, not so bad, though, in terms of boss fights. Most of them are pretty easy once you know their pattern. Some are harder than others. Like the Parasol Lady, surprisingly hard just because her AI is a little bit weird. I like how this cloud kind of looks like Karnov. They needed to make another one of those. There should be a Karnov too. He should have been kind of like Wario or something, you know.
Well, Karnov 2 was arguably Fighter's history.
That is a good point, actually. Oh, he's dead. Oh, and I died. Duh.
Do you have to redo it?
Yes, I do.
Oh, God, I fucking hate that horse cock.
I do too.
A draw means a draw. It means you should, like,
Win.
go ahead, but, like, lose a life or something? Have some...
I actually appreciate games that do shit like that, though. It just amuses me so much.
You're a masochist.
To a degree, I just think that games being mean to the player are funny.
We have different ideas of amusing, sir.
I don't know if him actually coming into existence hurts me or not. I made that assumption that it did, but I have no way of proving it. Oh gosh, how much more time do I have? When is my timer going to go off here? 11 minutes, so I can't cheat at this just yet. Otherwise, I totally would. I'm going to keep it old school for the hour or so.
Not going to Chester cheat just yet.
Nope. Don't want to. The whole point is to kind of recreate a little bit of the experience of renting this game. But I guess outside of just saying I rented it a lot, I don't have too much more to say about this game. I'm not sure why I like this game. I mean, it's a bit janky, but I guess it's easy to play. It's easy to pick up controls. Well, graphics are gorgeous. Like, the color palette here is fantastic, especially for a Genesis game. Very good usage of the palette.
Yeah, I've seen worse of this make. It's probably better than, like, I don't know, Green Dog or something like that.
Oh, Green Dog is very muddy. That's one I rented not too often because it was very hard. I think another thing is this game is actually one of those games that you can slowly get better at and actually then beat consistently. I think that's one of my favorite things about this game, in fact, is it's not particularly hard. And usually, if a game wasn't too hard or it was something that I could, you know, slowly get better at and beat, I was very, we have to go to Ohog this time. I was very likely to rent it over and over again. There were some exceptions to that. Contra Hard Course was a game I rented, I think, quite a bit, or at least twice, until I just bought a copy at some point. Sadly, not complete, but I do own it, with box at least. But anyway, yeah, it seems like I would typically rent games that were easy. If a game was too hard, I would typically not rent it again, but there were exceptions to that. Streets of Rage 3 comes to mind. I actually got good enough to beat that one, the American version at that.
I only ever beat it once in my life.
I actually beat it once with Rue at that, too. I've beaten it I think I've beaten it with almost every character except Skate. I could just never gel with Skate's gameplay. I'm not sure why. He's a really good character, especially in 2, but I just was never been good at as him.
I've never been the hugest fan of Skate, although as a secret character in Streets of Rage 4, he's surprisingly powerful if he just abuses his dashing headbutt over and over.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the trick with him in the other games, if I recall, as well. You just kind of have to abuse his moves, which is, you know... Cherry had some of that tech, and I think they nerfed her real bad. She had, like, this thing where she could just infinitely pogo off of enemies, and then they got rid of it, and I'm very sad about that. I hate the hitboxes on these things, by the way. It's as wide as the pitchfork is, and it also can hit you when it's retracted.
Retracted like my balls. Okay, that was crude. Never mind.
Derelict my balls. You ever see Zoolander? I need to see that again.
I did. It's been a bit of a while, though.
That is an amazing film, and someone has called it like the American or the live-action version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and you know what? It really is.
Wow, that's not inaccurate.
It is.
And
it is
then
an
it got
extraordinarily
a sequel.
good.
And it got a sequel many years later, which I heard wasn't as good.
That's typical, but I haven't seen the sequel yet. I would like to.
Yeah, me too. At some point.
Yeah, this game is starting to get a little bit merciless with the extra lives. But I suppose you have to die a lot and then keep collecting a bunch of cool points or paw points or whatever they want to call those.
Yeah, I know on the show Game Center CX, they'd have a Reno grind up extra lives for some games, which
I don't know if you
very
need it in this
unfun.
case, because I keep getting continues and I don't even know how. How do you get a bonus? Why have I never gotten a bonus in this game? I am absolutely baffled.
I get nothing.
Oh! I'm not sure the trick with this boss. There's always a trick. Maybe I need to jump over him when he actually comes at me. But then he just throws bombs, and sometimes I can't. Okay, I think I just have to get him into a bomb-throwing loop. Ow. So he has to be at just the right distance, and then I have to, you know, hit him just the right... Ow. Or die, and have to redo the stage. Game over! But again, I have 6 credits. I keep getting them, and I don't even know how. I need the manual for this game. I don't think my rental copy of this game had the manual. It was kind of a crapshoot if a game would have a manual or not. It was more common at the start of rentals in the 90s from what I remember, but as time wore on, eventually you just didn't get them. Like, it was just the cartridge usually, and I don't blame them for that. Interestingly, most of my rental experiences actually comes from a franchise that was only in the Southwest that no longer exists by the name of Hastings. We rented from Blockbuster a few times, but it was much further from the house. And there were other instances where I would rent from places like gas stations and grocery stores, which, you know, outside of Redbox, that doesn't really happen anymore.
The rental store I remember the most back in my day was Hollywood Video.
I don't think we had a Hollywood Video, and I don't think I ever rented one from there. Although maybe we did.
Darn.
I know I rented some from a town that was like, I know I rented Sonic 2 from like a town that was like, or a city that was like an hour away, a bigger city, because they were the only ones that had it for rent. And I can't remember if the game had just come out or what was going on with that. Because I think maybe it was on its way out, because I swear I got my Sega Genesis Christmas of '92. I would have been 6 at the time, I believe. But there's enough to suggest I could have gotten it. What was it? December or Christmas of '93 as well. That would have also been consistent, but I don't think it was '94. I'm pretty sure I already had it by the time I was in 1st or 2nd grade. I remember being quite young, actually.
I never owned a Genesis until 2002, but at least retro collecting was still viable then.
It is to now, to some extent. Like I said, you could probably... I don't know about this game, but Cliffhanger, that goes for like $12 complete. You kind of have to start digging, scraping the bottom of the barrel, but some games are actually more common than you'd think. Like, I've actually got a pretty good collection going that I just started collecting for the Genesis again. Since I started...
Today I was at a game store that has all sorts of cool stuff in it. And I actually did pick up a couple of retro games. two rather good ones. They were 25 each, which honestly isn't terrible for an NES and an SNES game nowadays.
Now, were they just cartridge only?
They were, but, you know, I'm not too picky about that. The games in question were Tecmo Super Bowl, which is pretty much the best football game ever, and I won't hear otherwise. And, Uniracers.
Wow, Uniracers? How the heck did you manage that? Isn't that actually really rare and expensive?
I got it for 25 bucks. I just jumped for it.
Hell yeah. That's a good haul.
Yeah, I actually did already own a copy of Tecmo Super Bowl, but it's kind of fucking
he just shoots out bombs whenever he,
I wanted one that worked, so...
Yeah. Yeah, this boss is... Oh, it's driving me nuts. I'm trying to think the best way to handle this.
This boss is kind of a shitload of fuck.
It's a crapshoot. Some of the bosses are like that. Oh god, now he's launched... Yeah, way too many bombs. Every time you hit him, he launches out a bomb, which means that you have to, like, play by his rules a little bit, and I don't know what his rules are. He also will punch you if you jump on top of his tractor, which, you know, to be fair, makes sense. That's not totally unbelievable. Ow. The bombs actually have... I feel like the bombs shouldn't have a hitbox until they explode. Otherwise, it kind of is weird to me.
Ideally, yes.
Oh. That way you just have to avoid them rather than, like... Because the whole bomb is the hitbox, including the fuse, I'm pretty sure.
I have a totally dumb and irrelevant question. Do you have any questions about the King of Fighters 15? Because that's been my thing.
No, unfortunately not, really. I don't really have anything I would like to know about the game.
No worries.
Oh god. I wonder if you could land on his head so many times. Oh, I realized I could probably use the super jump to get past that to some degree. Still have 6 credits, don't know how. How much time I got left on this? Because I will need to get up and take a break in a minute. Yeah, about 2 minutes. This game, it just feels so much longer with these old games than it actually is. And you play a modern game, you're playing it, like, it only feels like an hour. You're having a good time, and, you know, it's actually been, like, 2 or 3. It's way easier to lose track of time with those newer games in some ways. In other cases, it's like 30 minutes of really good gameplay broken up by, like, way too much story and just bullcrap.
Which game are you talking about?
I'm trying to think. It was more common with the 7th generation to do the stop-and-go gameplay. I kind of blame Half-Life with that, because half the time... Oh, crap. Oh, good. I still have my thing. And there's also one if I go back. If I go back past these stupid scarecrows.
This is honestly one of the hardest stages for being one of the ones you can start out on.
Yes, I would agree with you on that one.
That's totally foobar balance.
Some of the stages are harder than others, and you know, that's just kind of the nature of it. I kind of wish that after a certain point, though, you could visit any of the stages. Like, you have to pick 3 at the start, but then from there, you could go anywhere. I get the geographical, oh, you can only go in one direction or go to the 2 towns nearest to you, but it does make it really annoying to play. Oh, well, my timer is up. I will get to the boss of the stage first, and then win or lose, I'll take a break and then come back, or just, you know, end the stream, actually. In fact, since the timer's up, I might as well evaluate this game. Pretty solid game overall coming back to it. It's been a while since I've played this. I don't know if I want to own a copy, but if it was the right price, maybe. I would probably rather own the first game, even though it's worse, just because of how weird it is. And also because it's an older Genesis game. There's something about the games between, like, 90 to 92 that are just so weird to me and interesting. The latter ones are really good too, but, like, the original Chester Cheetah game is just, I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. It was before the red striped packaging too. So that era, like, you can divide the Genesis into 2 eras: before the red striped packages and after This
Yeah, the
game is
red
this one's a red stripe, so it has actually better balance. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, red stripe games have the actual age ratings on them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe there were some black box ones that did too. But yeah, that was about when they started doing it. Oh god, there's gonna be too many bombs. But I have some Cheeto dust. I think this is the intended thing you're supposed to do is that. Oh, he also shoots bombs out. Oh, no. Alright. Well, this is past the rental period, so load the state. We are not playing this old school anymore. We're past that point. No holds barred.
Yeah, this boss sucks dildo. I don't like it.
Oh. And the advantage of doing the save states this way rather than saving every few seconds is I still have to beat the boss legitimately. I just get infinite lives to do so. Is it fair to the game? No, but it's not being fair to me, so...
Yep.
You don't go for broke, just have him launch out a billion bombs. Oh! Plus, I also get the Cheeto bag, which I feel like you should get one. I feel like you should just have one by default. I know the stages are short. It's not a particularly hard game, but even so. Oh, I think I might have them kind of stuck in a pattern here.
I like for its time, the Genesis was kind of the quote-unquote hardcore console. Like, it had the most difficult games of its era.
It was absolutely for an older audience. It absolutely was more appealing to an older audience, that's absolutely for sure. It also had more games published for it in the United States than the SNES did. It took a long time for the SNES to get caught up. It was basically the PlayStation 3 of its time. Now, in Japan, that's certainly not the case. There were way more SNES games than Genesis. The Genesis, I think, only has 600 overall, 600 to 800, and the SNES has closer to 1,000 to 1,200?
It took me a bit of a while to realize that somehow Sega was a lot more popular in America, at least during the 90s, and it's kind of interesting how that all worked out, but, what, he fires missiles too? What?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't notice that, actually.
No, I just did just now.
Okay.
Sorry, phasing out a little bit.
I think what I'm actually supposed to do is this. He launches his missile, I do a super jump, I land on him. Oh, wait. Oh, you can still launch him even when he's moving. That's good to know. I love the music because it's, again, just a 30-second loop. Some guitar shredding loop. I know you can't hear it, but I can. I would love to use that as, like... I don't know what I would use it for. Actually, I know what I wanted to use it for. I wanted to slap it over that scene, the Wayne Knight Space Jam inflation scene.
Jesus Christ, Denton.
Yeah, just have the song playing over it while he's deflating. Oh, I got him. Just by, Cool. So yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for this stream here, actually. Oh. Oh, I'm floating. That's good. That's classy. Floating in midair. Hey, no worries, Bob. I will actually just plop the save state down. I'll actually start the next stage, which is apparently called Wall Up, New Mexico. And I'll put a slap a save state down there. And then I might actually do this another night, but I might make that like a grab bag night. Oh, hey! Man, this cactus right here, totally apocryphal. This is not supposed to be in New Mexico. This only actually occurs in one part of Arizona, notably the Saguaro National Forest. I just love how that's become like the symbol of the desert, though. I appreciate that. Wall Up, New Mexico. What is that actually supposed to... I'm trying to think what city that's actually supposed to be. So yeah, this will be it for the evening, I do believe. Thanks for joining me, and if you're watching this after the fact too, thanks for watching, and well, you got any parting words, sir?
Stay in school. You're too cool to fool the American education system. No, that sucked. I got nothing.
Well, whatever the case, be sure to watch future streams and grab a nice bag of Cheetos next time you're in here. Alright, take it easy, folks.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on, actually. There we go. Now I could actually stop streaming. OBS kind of ran away from me. Alright, later, folks.